Afternoon all, how are we doing? Back for another CPI session. So this is a little bit early today, obviously, because we've got the CPI figures coming out. I'm not sure how long I'm going to last. We'll see how I get on. But my arm is absolutely killing me. So I am trying very hard to concentrate, but it's just like having someone continuously poking your arm with a hot iron, having a trapped nerve. The doctor's upped my meds, basically. I've just spoken to him this morning. I was on 10 milligrams of whatever it is. Now I'm on 30. So the trouble is they make you drowsy. So at the moment, I feel fairly focused. We'll see what happens in the next 10 minutes or so. Right, so we've got the news coming up at 1:30, which is the CPI figures. So with CPI, basically, whoops, sorry, one sec. So I've just got, let me just turn him off a minute. Evening, Eric. So yeah, CPI figures, there's lots of CPIs. There's the month on month, the year on year, and then the core month on month, basically. So we're expecting to go to a positive 0.5 on the month on month, and we're expecting year on year to drop by 0.3%. So we will see what happens, but it's very difficult to tell what effect CPI is going to have because it is such a double-edged sword. CPI it affects the markets in lots of different ways. Because it affects interest rates, and the CPI figure really allows the market to factor in what is expected to happen with interest rates. The difference with this particular CPI is that the interest rates are approaching their terminal rate, the peak that we think we're going to get to, which is around about 5 with the Fed. So if these come out lower than expected, it means that the interest rate rises are doing what they should be doing. And it takes the pressure off the Fed to increase rates further, which can mean it will devalue the US dollar. So it's a difficult one to read, CPI. You kind of have to let the market obviously decide. So, and obviously that's what we will do. We will see what the market says. But I'm looking basically to try potentially to get in on a move. I'm not going to do a scalp type move where we straddle the high and the low. That is another option you can do, but it's a little bit risky trying to scalp or straddle a move, basically, because you can get whipsawed very easily, and you'll also quite often get slipped. If it's a really big move, you can get slipped quite a lot. So thing to do really is get in and hope, basically. So pound US dollar, I would be looking for a short. So what I might do is I might take a small short now with a 30-point stop or 30 pip stop, which is going to be around about there. So this will be kind of a starter position, just getting in the market there. And my anticipation is that we will get a strong US dollar off the back of the CPI. If that doesn't happen, I'll get stopped out. Simple as that. Afternoon, Bogdan even, and Franco. So we'll see what happens. We've got 5 minutes. There's quite a few ADRs today. So Aussie New Zealand has hit ADR. That's still pushing. We did get a reversal alert on it here. We had a reversal alert which looked like it was starting to play out, but it came straight back down into the London lows and then bounced. So we're going up to 125 on Aussie New Zealand. Euro New Zealand as well. That's come off of ADR. We got the reversal alert there, quite a nice reversal alert. It's fairly long, took quite a while to kick in, but when it did, we got a nice drop, but again came straight back to London and reset. So a lot of this stuff is not going to want to go anywhere until we got this news out, because money will be pulled out of all currencies ahead of this or as this news happens, to drive it into or out of the US dollar, depending on what happens. So we'll see everything moving. And pound New Zealand, nice reversal there. We've had a retest on it, but it's pushing up again at the moment. So quite strong pound this morning. which is interesting. See, because we're expecting the pound to be fairly weak, but it's had a fairly strong morning, although saying that it is starting to look like it's weakening now. So pound US dollar is what I'm going to be trading. And I've got short bias on it, short the pound and long the US dollar. Afternoon, Warren. Afternoon, Fontere. Happy Valentine's Day, etc. Brian, morning. So has anybody got any positions open on any US dollar pairs at the moment? Also, watch the indices. So all the indices are going to rocket on this as well. So we'll watch the, what should we watch? The Dow. Let's watch the Dow as well. So Dow, we've had a very strong push this morning. But all of this obviously has got an opportunity to move this afternoon quite dramatically. Saying that, we have had CPIs which come out and do absolutely nothing. We'll get some whipsaw, that's for sure, but we may not get a strong move off of it. It all depends how it comes out, the rates. So we will see what happens. But hopefully we get a nice move. 1-3 short on GU, yeah. I think that's a good play. Short, yeah, short Euro US dollar. I mean, it is literally a 50-50. Whatever you're in now, if you've got profit on those positions, I would lock it in with a break even. Or reduce risk on it if you've got it in profit. If you're not in profit, if you're in drawdown, obviously do what you want with it. But I would expect the US to be powering up at some point. And obviously, but the thing we've seen, haven't we, with these figures, with the US dollar, positive news has been very, very difficult to drive the US dollar. Negative news, on the other hand, has absolutely tanked it. So it drops dramatically on negative news. Positive news, it hasn't actually had that much rallying. But we've had these two good, we had a good FOMC, we had a good unemployment. So that's the sort of move I would be looking for if we get a positive result for CPI. However, sometimes with positive CPIs, it goes the other way. So, we'll see what happens. But for downside potential, there's a lot of it. So we'll see how we go. If this starts to go in my direction, I'll probably add to it on the way. But only a small risk. The other danger with these types of trades is as well getting slipped on your stop. So don't actually get stopped out there. I'll get stopped out up here somewhere. So always going with a fairly small risk. Okay, news is out. There we go, positive US. Should have turned him on, shouldn't I, really? Okay, I'm just going to break even the position. So it's no risk, I can't lose. And we'll see if we get a move or whether it's going to be a whipsaw. So the actual result is 0.4 as expected, 0.5 as expected, and 6.4. So actually, it's not come down as much as they were expecting it to. So it's not as positive as we were expecting. But it is still positive. It has come down. So see if we can get some decent moves off of this. Indices coming down, not particularly strong though. Big old candle, that. So if this is going to be a move, and they can hold this, we'll be looking basically, you want to be looking at where you're going. So obvious highs and lows. So for pound US dollar, for example, back down there, which is 150 ADR. Not great, that. 0.1 year on year. They were expecting more than that. So this isn't actually that good for US. So Euro US won just over 100 ADR down to those lows. Just pulling back. Look at that, completely retraced the entire move so far on the Euro US and pushing the other way. US dollar CAD coming down. US dollar Swiss coming down. So they don't like it. Okay, so I'm going to stop out on this at break even. There we go. So nothing lost. Question is now, do you want to go the other way? Going long one. Going to try a long on it. Don't really want to be long in the pound against the US dollar, but hey. So target wise for this one to the upside, yeah, 200 ADR, there or thereabouts up here. New Zealand dollar, US dollar ADR. And US dollar ADR. So 200 ADR is not off the table, but they really, really, really do not like this. So we're coming up into potential resistance on pound US. That's just under 125 ADR. So we're going to lock that in again. It's break even, no risk. Basically just going to see if I can get a nice runner. So as we're pulling back off of this high, if we are going to continue the move, I can have a pending order above that high. Okay, just placing another buy stop there to add into the position. But we'll see. This could be just the mother of all whipsaws. Don't forget, this is still positive news. Yeah, inflation coming down is positive news. However, it's not as positive as they were expecting and not as positive as that has been factored in. So market's having to readjust itself now. Be interesting to see what the Fed says, because that is not what they were expecting. This is the month for unexpected things. We got completely unexpected unemployment figures. We've now had an unexpected CPI. So Fed will be scratching its head, I should imagine, as it looks like at the moment the market is as well. People's accounts bursting into flames. If you're over leveraged, you are bursting into flames, yeah. Aussie New Zealand 125 ADR. Pushing hard. That looks like possibly New Zealand. No, New Zealand's pushing hard against the CAD. So again, the CAD's coming down. I want to watch the markets and just see what they're making of this. So the Dow is at the moment doing a whipsaw. Pound US dollar also whipsawing. So the DAX up too. DAX, very similar moves on the DAX as well. Tricky. So double-ended stop hunts across the board at the moment. Market not really making a run in either direction. So there you go, Euro, US dollar. All the Asian liquidity from today is gone. All the London liquidity is gone. They've taken the liquidity from last week as well, up here. So there is potential strength move in this. They're just clearing the decks at the moment. So that's everybody stopped out that was short last week. Everybody stopped out that is long from today. Again, that's Friday the previous week. So all of last week's liquidity is gone. US dollar CAD, just not really done anything there. Aussie's taken out the highs of last week. And obviously all today's liquidity is gone as well. So, no progress either way. That's a difficult result, that is. I'd be really interested to see what happens now. Going to stop out or break even on that. So nothing ventured, nothing gained. No wins, no losses there. Just break even on both trades. So where do we go from here? So basically, we have gone nowhere. So your chances now of a long or a short are exactly what they were when the news came out. We have no indication as to whether that's bullish or bearish at the moment. So I would say it's probably a little bit more bearish, to be honest, because we didn't get the number we were expecting, but we'll see what the market does. So Euro US dollar as well. So again, Euro US dollar back to square one. Tricky. What do we reckon? Oops. Looks like it wants to go short, doesn't it? Okay, I'm going to try one more short on the pound US. So we've broken back down below the open of the news. So it looks more short than long, i.e. more long US dollar to be at the moment. Just watching for any clues from the other instruments as to what they're doing. Thank you very much for your orders. Have a nice day. That's the market makers talking. Yeah. Back to square one. Let's go sideways for the next hour or two. Yeah. It would not surprise me in the slightest. So I had an opportunity there. I think probably down here, I was watching my P&L. That was 0.4, wasn't it? So I probably had a 0.8 gain. I'd had to take 0.4 there, 0.4 there. I mean, you're never going to do that. I mean, it's just so very difficult to make anything out of that. So we'll see where we go. The reason I like it short is because we've pushed up, rejected, pushed down, rejected. We've pushed up on the second candle, and now we're closed back down here below the news open. So that 10-minute move was bearish. That's why I've gone short, because the actual 10 minutes move, we've closed below where we were with the news. So that just tells me there's more sellers in the market than there was for the news. Whether or not that is an indication of which way the market is now going to be taken, don't know. But I'm going to put a sell stop underneath this candle. Oh, hang on. Sorry, what? What did I just do there? What? Why am I hedged? Why have I got a buy and a sell on? I thought I just put a sell stop. Did I not? Did I hit the wrong button there? Oh, it's the meds. It's the meds. I could have sworn I just hit sell stop. Did I not? Not quite sure what I did there. I must have hit the buy button by accident. Okay, I'm going to just close that buy out at break even because I want to be short. Don't know what I did there. Hey, it's these drugs. I'm totally out of it at the moment. God knows what the pain would be like if I wasn't. So we're just going to stop out on this one by the looks of things. Possibly. If I do manage to hold it, I'm going to add, but it looks like it's going to stop out. It's only a small loss. It's less than 0.25%. Yeah. 0.12 loss. So yeah, don't know. No direction is there. You can't trade it. Flip a coin job. See where this candle closes. Went back and rewatched it. You hit the buy stop button. I hit the buy stop, did I? Yeah, I meant to hit sell stop, and it got triggered. Yeah, well, yeah, because it was pushing up, wasn't it? So, oh God. So I've never been on. The drugs that I'm on basically are for people that are either schizophrenic or have bipolar disorder. So they're neurological drugs, and obviously because it's a trapped nerve, what these drugs are designed to do is dumb down your nervous system. So they make you drowsy, and it gives you blurred vision as well. So I can't read the ladder at the moment. I can't read prices properly because they're ever so slightly too blurred. Going short one, I definitely hit the sell button then. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if I hit the wrong button there because my mouse, the difference between that and that to me is very little at the moment. Hence me trading with very small position sizing as well. I'm just going to wait for it to settle down, consolidate, and show me something concrete. Yeah, probably the best thing to do. I'm just getting a little eager. It just looks a little bit more bearish than bullish at the moment, but we are literally back to square one. So we're basically exactly where we were when we started. So it literally is. This is a coin flip short. So it may well continue to push, but which it looks like it is. So it's only 0.25%. I'm not worried about it. But yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult one to read that because we've got the figures have come out as expected on the monthlies. It's only the annual that is different, and that's a miss. Although it's a positive miss, it's still a miss. It's not what they were expecting. They were expecting the inflation to have kicked in sooner. So what this figure does today, it does clarify the unemployment figures, because the market was shocked that the unemployment rate had dropped. We were expecting the unemployment rate to have gone up. This explains potentially why we got that unemployment rate higher than expected, because the interest rates are not having the impact on inflation they were expecting. So that kind of explains the unemployment figures being more positive than we thought they were going to be. So still, I would say, very confused situation for the US. It's bullish and bearish, isn't it? Tricky. Afternoon, Ollie, Mr. Salmon. I know who that is. Franco, you need to get some sleep before you end up on the rooftop with a high-powered rifle. You can't get high-powered rifles in the UK. If I stop out on this one, I'm going to leave it for the afternoon. I don't think I want to get involved in this. I think we need to wait. Yeah, I'm going to stop out. So I'm cancelling that pending. Oh, wrong button. So I'm hitting the close. I'm hitting the close profitable button instead of the cancel pending button. We need to wait and see what this does. So at the moment, basically, market really has no idea where to go with this, which I'm not surprised about. So from a fundamental perspective, if we have a look at the fundamentals, so the quarter-on-quarter inflation figures, we were 6.5, we're now 6.4. So it's going to make no difference at all, really. So inflation change is still a negative. Inflation is still high, but compared to the rest, so it's just not going to make any difference to the directional scorecard at all. So that will remain the same. So the top buys and the top sells are going to be the same. Mr. Cranberry. Ollie, Mr. Salmon is cool. That's my son, by the way. Mucking about. It's half term. He's crashing my stream. Right. I'm going to leave it there today, guys. I'm not going to trade the Open of New York. I will be running the ORB EA in New York. So we might get a fairly decent move in New York today. I'm going to run the Dow this afternoon for a change, because we've had much better movement off the Dow. So looking at the Dow, basically, obviously we've got no directional bias whatsoever there. But from a daily perspective, what we've just done is taken out that high here. So we are obviously sideways at the minute. Market's not really got any directional bias on Dow. If you have a look at the S&P and the Nasdaq as well, they are slightly more bullish, but still we're not really getting there yet. I don't think into a bull market. We're above the 200 moving average, so we have actually moved up. We've broken out of that high, but it's not really gathering a huge amount of steam. So we had that high put in. Now we've got a low. Yeah, so market structure's kind of shifting back down again at the moment. So potentially we could be looking at sort of a down day on this, but it all depends what they do with the US dollar this afternoon. So we'll see. Right, I'll be back tomorrow morning at 7:50, same time as usual. We'll have a look at the DAX. Good luck if you're trading the Dow or any of the opening range breaks this afternoon. I'm going to kind of leave it myself. I'm going to let the ORBEA just trade the open, but I'm not going to do anything else this afternoon. I need to go and rest. Intraday, just keep an eye on sentiment. That's probably not going to change. Be interested to see what the difference is if you have a look at this in an hour. So 10:57 was the last update. Oh no, I have one since then, haven't we? Just refresh that. So we're going to get another update in the next sort of 6 or 10 minutes on this. So it'd be interesting to see what change has happened to sentiment with that, because obviously we've had a massive whipsaw. So a lot of these US positions will have been taken out, and it's interesting to see whether or not they get added back on again. So here's your sentiment. I've just refreshed that, so I couldn't see on the screen, could you? So yeah, a lot of these US positions on here may well have changed. So it'd be interesting to see that pound US dollar. We had an awful lot of shorts on that, as I was, because everybody was anticipating a strong US dollar, same as Euro US dollar, but we didn't get it, did we? So it'd be interesting to see what they do with that now. But anyway, right, I'll leave it there. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Anything you need, let me know. Hopefully you have a good afternoon, but otherwise I will see you guys in the morning. Have a good afternoon.